This conference will now be recorded.
So the current version of OutSystem that we are using is 11. Okay, both for paid and unpaid version. Like if you are learning a OutSystem, then you can use the unpaid version. But when you are actually working on the live projects or a client side, then they will provide you the paid version. Okay, is it clear? Next is what language is used in OutSystem. Now, OutSystem is a low-code development platform. Now, you might be having a question, what is a low-code development platform? So, low-code development platform is a platform where you have to do a minimum coding. Okay, like see, if you want to do a developing an application in .NET or Java, any web application, you have to write multiple lines of code. But if you are doing a low code, then you have to write a minimum coding, and there are some drag and drop options available so that you can use it and you can create your own application. So some of you are working on Pega and Appian, so they might be knowing what is a low code, correct? You might be like Gangadhar, and who was there? Surendra, I think. So you are already working in low code. So you might be knowing like how easy or yeah, how easy it is as compared to traditional programming. Okay. So OutSystem is a low-code development platform that allows a developer to create and deploy web and mobile applications quickly and easily. So with its visual interface and drag and drop options, OutSystem has become a popular choice for companies looking to build and manage their application. So OutSystem uses its own proprietary programming language called OutSystem. it it is a high level language that is designed to easy to use and understand. Okay, like you it already it OutSystem itself has its own language. Like you don't have to use C programming or Python or C sharp, Java. OutSystem itself is designed to easy to use and understand. So this language is used to define the logic and behavior of the applications developed using the OutSystem platform. Now, next is what is a service studio? So Service Studio is a development environment for writing applications in OutSystem. Okay, so you have the development environment where you will be developing the OutSystem application. So this is the Service Studio that you have to install and you have to develop your applications, whether it is a web application or mobile application in OutSystem. Okay, like if you are working with another programming language like Java or .NET, then you have to install a Visual Studio, Microsoft Visual Studio, or JetBeans. Some of the platforms are there. So similarly, for developing the OutSystem application, you have to install Service Studio. So using Service Studio, you can create applications, you can define the data model, you can create user interface for your web and mobile application, and you can define your business processes and also debug your applications. In one in one platform itself, in one Service Studio, you can do everything. You can design, you can create a database, You can do a logic for your application. Like if you are developing an application in .NET, then what you have to do for creating the application, you have to use Microsoft Visual Studio. For creating the database, you have to use Microsoft SQL Server. Okay, so two applications you needed, but in OutSystem, you only required a Service Studio. So I will explain you what is the Service Studio. So you will be downloading its Service Studio from OutSystem portal. It is a free version. Just you have to follow few instructions. You have to register yourself and you can install Service Studio. After installing, you can go in your start and here you can search OutSystem for you. So this is OutSystem Service Studio 11, the latest version. So once you uh, click on it, this is how your application will look like, Service Studio. So at the first page, you are seeing the list of applications that have been developed already. Okay. Now when you install Service Center or Service Studio, then you will be getting your personal cloud space where your applications will get saved. Okay. So at the below bottom you can see personal dash lg 5m. So this is my personal cloud space. So whatever the applications I have been developing in Service Studio, that will get saved in this, in my personal cloud space. Okay, so this is how the Service Studio will look. Now let's see a simple application. I will create a simple web application to demonstrate you. You have to click on new application. Okay, so you will be getting two options, whether you have to develop from scratch or from an app. From scratch means a fresh application, a complete fresh application, and from an app means already you are having one application. By using that you can create another application. So let's create from scratch. Just select it, click on next. Our system will provide you many options, whether you want to do a reactive application, tablet application, or mobile phone application, traditional application, so that you can select. Now, this demo is of reactive web application. So I am selecting the reactive web app. Reactive in the sense it is a responsive application that can run on all the devices and browser. Like you can open that application on your mobile phone as well as on laptops. But the layout will be different. You might have observed this. If you are opening an Amazon website, so Amazon website on your laptop, it will look different, but the content will be the same. Same if you are opening it on a mobile phone, content will be the same, but the design or the layout will be different. That is because of responsive application. So I'm selecting here Reactive Web App. Next. Now you have to fill some basic information of your application. So you can give a name of your application. I've been giving demo November. You can give a description to your application. Demo to November batch. And you can give the colors of your choice, or instead of color, if you want to give a logo over here, then you can click on upload icon, and whichever icon if you have, that you can upload it. So I'm giving a color, create an app. Once you create an application, okay, so see, this is my application name, demo underscore November. Description is given. When you are creating the application, you will be getting a module created. Now your one web application can have one or two module. So I am having one module. I will create a module. So your application will not run without a module. Okay. So this is the space where you will be developing your OutSystem application. So let me explain you about the Service Studio. So Service Studio is a development environment, as I told you. It is divided into 4 layers. Okay. So I'm just giving you the basic overview of it. Applications are divided into 4 layers. These are processes, interface layer, logic layer, data layer. So application processes such as business process or timer or automatic schedule actions or timeouts, these all comes under this process layer. Like if you want to send some message every day, then that you can create in the processes. The next layer is the interface layer. So this interface layer will consist of UI component, some styling, images. In short, this is a front end layer. Like you will be creating the designing of your web application in it. The next one is the logic layer. This logic layer is where you will be writing a logic for your application. You will be giving the user roles. Like if you are developing one application, okay, let's say e-commerce application. Okay, so e-commerce application will be used by multiple people. Like there will be a buyers, then there will be an admin person. Like suppose now you are on a Amazon, so you want to buy an iPhone. So what you will be seeing, the photo, price, description. You can only see it and you can buy it, but you are not allowed to change the price. Okay, you don't have the authority to change the price. You can just view the product and you can buy it or you can add it to cart. But there is someone or an admin person who is allowed to change the price. So that comes under user role. So admin will have access to update the price, and other people can just buy the product. So that comes in this logic layer. You can create a roles for your application. Even you can use web services, rest and soap, that you can do in the logic layer. You can create a functions in your logic layer. The last one is data layer. So this data layer is responsible for handling data, storing and querying the data. Okay, so like you, if you want to develop the application, you first require a database where your information will get stored. So that will be saved in the data layer. So is it clear to you, like the 4 layers? Any question till now? Okay, now let's see how we will be developing a small application in our system. Okay, now if you are developing any application, you first need to create a data. So we will be first creating a data. So how you will be creating a data? So you have to create the entity in OutSystem. Okay, so entities are element that allow you to persist information in the database and to implement your database model. Okay, you can think them of as a database table. Like if you are aware about SQL, so tables in SQL is similar to entities in OutSystem. Okay, so an entity is defined through entity attributes. See, you have to right click on this entities, add entity to database, add static entity to database. There are two types of entities, normal entity and the static entity. So in OutSystem, entities are called as a tables. So I will create a one entity, add an entity. Let's give a name as a student. Okay, I gave the name of my entity is student. As soon as you create an entity, let's expand it. By default, you will be getting one entity attribute, that is the ID. Now, can anyone tell me for entity student what all will be the columns? What should be included in the student? Yes, correct. Name. Anything else? Number. Okay. So number, let's say ID. ID is a number. Marks. Okay. Correct. So let's create an attribute. So whenever you are creating an entity in OutSystem, by default, you will be getting one attribute, that is a ID. It is a primary key, or you can say it is an entity identifier. So when entity is created, an attribute is automatically added as an entity identifier, and by default its data type is long integer. So right now you might be not aware about it, what is a data type, or but it's okay, like this is just a very first class. Once you will be starting learning it, you will be able to understand. So by default, this is a long integer. You can change it to text integer, but long integer is by default. So once you create a entity, you will be getting an entity identifier, and then you can add the attributes, another attributes into it. So just right click on the student entity, add an entity attribute, give a name. Let's give first name. Now name is in a letters. Okay, so its data type will be a text. So OutSystem provide you a facility, like if you are writing the first name, its data type will be a text. Again, let's add another attribute. I will write here surname, its data type will be text. Then I will add age. Now age is in a number, so its data type will be not text, but its data type will be integer. Okay, so these are the few attributes I have added to student entity. Now once you have created the entity, you will be getting 6 different entity actions. That is a CRUD operation: create, read, update, delete. Okay, so by using this, you can create a new student, delete a student, update a student. Now our database is ready. Okay, now we have to design the screens. So what you can do, or we have to do the front end part. So go to interface. Okay, and you already have your entity ready. As soon as you drag and drop your entity here in the main flow, OutSystem will create a two screens for you. Let's say it. I'm dragging and dropping it. So here you don't have to think about logic, or you don't have to think about the designing. Just simply create an entity, drag and drop it. Go to interface tab. Under main flow, you will be finding two screens are there. One is the student detail. See, it's look like a form. Here you can enter your student details and you can click on the save button. Once you click on the save button, the new student will get added, and the next screen is student list. So here whichever the student you have added, that will get you will be able to see in the list. So this is called as a scaffolding pattern. So scaffolding pattern are features built into Service Studio where OutSystem will generate some low code element for you. Like for example, when I drag and drop here, when I drag and drop this student entity on my main flow, a list screen, that is a student. This is my list screen where I will finding the list of student. A list screen is created including a filter. Okay, see here, you can just filter, you can search a student by its name, you can do a sorting, ascending order or descending order, that I will show you once we run the application. And the pagination, like per page there will be 10 students, so up to 50 pages you can add. And the second screen you will be seeing, that is of, it will have the save button, so you can enter the details of the student and you can save it. So now let's run our application, or whatever the changes we have done in our application, let's save it. So I am publishing my application. So this green color button, one publish button, will allow you to save the changes you have made in your application. And here you will be seeing the progress, how it is getting saved. So you are uploading now, compiling, deploying. Now your application is ready to open it in the browser. Okay, so once green color button changes into a blue color, open in browser, that means your application is ready to run, ready to open. So click on this. Okay, so see, I haven't done anything, right? I just created a database, that is a student data, and I just drag and drop in the main flow. So OutSystem takes care of everything. It has given me the list. Now there is no student, so let's add a student. If you click, see, we are on this student screen. Okay, once you click on this button, add student, we will redirect to student detail screen. Now currently student ID is 0 because we have not added any student. So let's add a student and I click on the save button. When I click on the save button, I will go to student details, student screen, the list screen. Here I can find the name, surname and the age. Let's add few more students. Okay, now I have added for 4 students. Now as I told you that OutSystem will give you the filter option as well. So I want to search a student whose name starts with J. So that also I can check. Jack. If I want to search a student who has ES in their name, okay, I don't have any student with ES. I want to search with student name with A, right? Every student has A in their name. If I want to search with K, this is how I can do. Now, if I want to do sorting as well, like Anna, Jack, Sam, Kate. So if I do sorting, okay, so in the ascending order, the names are appearing. So do I wrote any logic over here? I haven't wrote any logic, right? I just created the student entity, and I have simply drag and drop it. So data is getting saved. So now let's go to database and check whether all these 4 students are not saved or not. Let's double click on it. See, we got all the 4 students with the auto generated ID. Okay. Now, if I want to change the age of Anna, then also I can change it. Just click on the Anna. See, you will be going to the student detail screen. Its ID is 1, and let's change its age to 40. Click on save. Okay, so age has been saved. So this is how you can create a application in OutSystem. So this was just a small demo of creating the student entity and how you can create a screen just by using the entities, just by dragging and dropping it. If you go to the screen, okay, so see, this is a form. Okay, form already, whatever the attributes you have added in your student entity, that attributes will be taken inside a form and you can create the screens. Okay, so this was just a small demo. I hope everyone has understood it. Any questions, any doubt? Yes, you please ask whatever the doubts you are having, because I have already done with the demo. So there are multiple job opportunities in OutSystem. Okay, so the career path will be like you can start with the junior developer, then senior developer, tech lead. The prerequisite of OutSystem is that you just have to know the basic idea of coding. Even though if you are not having the any basic idea of coding, that's also it's fine, because it's a low code development platform. It is easily understandable because of its drag and drop options available. So many companies across the world are now migrating into OutSystem, because as compared to the traditional programming, the efforts required to develop the applications using low code is very low. Developers can easily develop the applications. You don't need a multiple platforms, like in a single platform, in a single service studio, you can develop front end, back end, as well as the database. So OutSystem, there is a massive demand for professional OutSystem developers, and OutSystem developer can earn up to 40K per month. uh, Starting they can earn up to it. So how was the security, like what security in the sense you were asking? Okay, so someone asked Surendra, can you help me to understand to map these rules in the certification available? Yes. So, OutSystem, first, either you have to give the traditional web developer or the reactive web developer. But nowadays, many MNC companies are asking for reactive web developer certificate. You don't need to give the traditional certificate. You can directly start with the reactive web developer, then you can go with the mobile developer, then tech lead, architecture. So these all certifications, you can go through it. uh, is it a beginner level certificate? Yeah, so the reactive, you can say it's a beginner level certificate. But see, if you are doing the reactive certificate, then only the next level certificates will get unlocked. Directly you can't give the architecture certificate or a mobile developer certificate. First you have to give the reactive certificate, then only your another next level certificates will get unlocked. Any question? You can unmute yourself. And so after reactive you can go with the mobile. But you have to first start with the reactive certification. Nowadays companies are not asking for the traditional. You can directly start with the reactive. Most of the time, like, companies now stopped using traditional web application. Everyone are now working in the reactive web application.
And this platform is how security wise, how is good it is.
Okay,
Shweta?
so security wise, if you are asking, like, this is the free version you are using, and all the data, whichever like all the applications you will be you will be creating, you will be getting a personal cloud environment. So it will get saved in that. In your system, it will not get saved. Applications will not get saved in your system, but it will be on your cloud.
Okay. But how service works, like our system, suppose if any of the organizations are using the our systems, how they are going to pay by user or pay by team, or how they are going to
So
use.
it depends, like if your client is using, then they have to use the paid version of it. Like, so the out system will take care. See, many of the companies like Infosys, Persistent, whoever they are using the out system, they are the partners of out system.
Okay,
So the
but license,
companies take care of the security.
yeah, licensed version, how they are going to pay, like that is the only one time payment, or yearly payment, or by pay by user, like a whole
So
Salesforce we are.
it depends on the company. But if the mostly the companies are the partners companies, so the companies will take care of it.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Yes. Anything else? So, is this demo is are you able to understand?
Yeah. And Sweta, one more question, like are you going to give any real-time project experience here in the training?
Like real time scenarios, I will be using it. Projects also, like, yeah, that admin can tell you. about it. But yeah,
Okay.
all the training will be based on the scenario based. Like it's not a theoretical part completely, it will be a practical and based on the scenarios.
Sure, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Like you will be getting see every day, like we will be having a session. So like it's not I will be just showing giving you a theory or something, it will be 100% practical session because you are doing a development. So instead of, I believe that instead of training you should have a hands on it. Okay, so I'm done with it, Sham.
Hi all, any queries? Ram Krishna, Jansi ma'am, Santosh, Vamsi, Krishna, Praveen, Surendra, Sri Lakshmi ma'am.
Yes, without
Yeah,
any
questions in this
coding
book.
knowledge, why to?
Sorry
Yeah,
ma'am.
without any coding.
Yeah, I'm another domain, without any coding knowledge.
Yeah, you can definitely do it because it's a like if you are not at all aware about the coding, then also you can do it. I can also help you in learning it. Like I can help you in understanding some basics of the coding.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So everyone will be same time is okay for you. Class time is 8:30 p.m. IST.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, fine, Shyam.
Yeah, okay. I will share the software tools to your mail and I will upload the today's section with the Just Tutors platform. I will give in the hashes to your site. Okay.
Okay, so like if you are starting with tomorrow, I request everyone please log in with your laptops because we need to install the Survey Studio. So installation process I will be showing you. Okay, yeah, I'm done, Sham.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your
Yeah,
time efforts.
yeah. Thank you, everyone. So should we wrap this call?
Sure, Shweta. Thank you.